I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order. And I'd like to begin with asking Dr. Crumpy to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Crumpy. All right, well, welcome all of you. I'd like to see if I could start with a motion and a second to adopt the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, motion carried. Thank you. All right, so I have a report of closed session items. And I'd like to first begin that the Board of Education in closed session voted unanimously to ratify the following administrative appointment. Melinda Smith, is she here? Is Melinda here? Yes. Hi, Melinda.
You gotta come up, we're gonna embarrass you, so it's okay, it's part of the process.
Coordinator of Compliance Services, effective July 25th, 2016. Melinda served as a program specialist in special education for our district since February 2011. She previously served as a special day preschool teacher at Launch Preschool from September 2005 to September 2010, and educational assistant from October 2004 to September 2005, and a paraeducator Tier 2 from February 2004 to August 2005. And Melinda received her Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from California State University, Long Beach in May 2003, and her Master of Arts in Early Childhood Special Education from California State University, Dominguez Hills in May 2007. We would like to congratulate Melinda. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Would you like to say a few words?
Sure. I just want to thank everyone for this opportunity. I really look forward to working with our families as part of the administrative.
Great. Well, welcome again. Thank you. Okay, so next, in closed session, the Board of Education voted unanimously to approve the following administrative appointments effective August 2nd, 2016. And when I call your name, if you could please also come to the podium, that would be great. Let's go ahead and start with Dr. Elaine Semple, Director of Special Education. Elaine served as a principal for Launch Preschool for our district since January 2012. She previously served as a school psychologist from September 1997 to January 2012, and resource specialist at Hull Middle School from September 1996 to June 1997. She currently serves as an adjunct professor in the Graduate Department of Education at Cal State University, Dominguez Hills, where she teaches special education classes. Elaine received her Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from the University of California, San Diego in 1984, her Master of Arts in Special Education from, I'm sorry? You want to sit down for a minute?
No, we didn't have to say the year.
Oh, okay, so sorry. Dr. Labrati just gives this to me. I just read it, okay? So sorry. Let's see, where was I? And her
Somewhere around your prom day.
Yeah. And her doctoral degree in psychology from North Central University, Prescott, Arizona. We would like to congratulate Elaine. Welcome, okay? You're welcome. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to Tayo Balogun, Assistant Principal, Madrone Middle School. Hi, Tayo. Tayo comes to our district from Culver City Unified School District, where she served as an interim assistant vice principal at Culver City Middle School. Are you okay if I say the dates?
They're all younger than me.
From March 2016 to June 2016. She also served as a math teacher at the same site from September 2007 to March 2016. Grade 6 teacher at Prairie Vista Middle School in the Hawthorne School District from July 2005 to June 2007, and math science teacher at Paramount Park School in the Paramount School District from August 1999 to June 2005. Tayo received her Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering from the University of California, Los Angeles in June 1996, and her Master's of Arts in Educational Administration from Concordia University, Irvine in May 2013. We would like to welcome Tayo. Welcome, Tayo.
I'd just like to say thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I'm really excited to start with TUSD.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited. I can't wait to be part of the family and part of the leadership team and all of that. So thank you again.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, Crystal Akala, Assistant Principal, Richardson Middle School. Crystal served as a special education teacher at Fern Elementary School since September 2006. She has also served as a teacher on special assignment for the following: Jumpstart Summer School, 2016, Richardson Middle School from November 2015 to May 2016, and Birtland Middle School from November 2014 to February 2015. She served as a lead teacher at Launch Preschool in July 2013 and July 14, and Fern Elementary in July 2012. Crystal received her Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies from Loyola Marymount University in May of 2005, a Master of Arts in Special Education from Loyola Marymount University in May 2008, and her Master's of Arts in Educational Administration from Concordia University in May 2014. We would like to congratulate Crystal.
I'm really excited to officially be part of the Richardson team and looking forward to another successful year.
Great, thank you. Well, welcome. Antoinette Yolo, Coordinator, Psychology and Counseling. Hello. Antoinette comes to us from the Bellflower Unified School District, where she served as a program administrator, special education since February 2014. She previously served as a school counselor from August 2004 to February 2014, site liaison for Our Community, Our Schools collaborative program from September 2011 to February 2014, Healthy Start coordinator from October 2008 to August 2013, and school counselor of the Oakland Unified School District from September 2001 to June 2004. Antoinette received her Bachelor of Science in Biology with a minor in Italian, Dr. Librati, right, from Loyola Marymount University. That's an interesting combo. Yeah. Her Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology with an emphasis in Educational Counseling from the University of San Francisco, and her Master of Arts in Educational Leadership from Azusa Pacific University. We would like to welcome Antoinette.
I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm really excited and looking forward to working with the students and staff of Torrance Unified School District. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. Okay, and last but not least, I have Nancy Gutierrez, Coordinator, Parent Community Engagement. Hi, Nancy. Nancy comes to us from the Los Angeles Unified School District, where she served as a Pupil Services Coordinator since October 2012. She previously served as a Pupil Services and Attendance Counselor for various programs in LAUSD from August 2002 to June 2012, and an Academic Guidance Counselor for the Centinela Valley Union High School District for Lusinger High School from June 2000 to July 2002. Nancy received her Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from the University of California, Los Angeles, her Master of Science in School-Based Family Counseling from California State University, Los Angeles, and is expected to receive her doctoral degree in Organizational Change and Leadership from the University of Southern California in August 2017. We would like to welcome Nancy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this opportunity. I'm really excited. Thank you, the board, and also the cabinet members. I'm really excited to join the Torrance Unified team, and I look forward to an exciting new school year. Thank you.
Great, well, thank you and welcome. All right, so that concludes our report from closed session. I would like to then go ahead and move on. Do we have any oral communications? We have no call. Okay, thank you, Dr. Manna. Well, then we'll move on to discussion action items. I need a motion and a second for item 10.2, approval of the Torrance Unified School District SEIU Local 99 Collective Bargaining Agreement and the public disclosure of said agreement and adoption of the 2016-2017 salary schedule. Can I get that motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay. Dr. Stowe.
Thank you, President Deutsch, members of the board. We met, Dr. Liberati and I met, and actually Dr. Stabler was still here at that time as well, toward the end of June, and met and we finalized in July settlement with Local 99 for the same 5% effective July 1st of this year, as it's the equivalent of the 4% that goes back to July 1 of 2016 or 2015 that all the other units settled for. So here you have the adjusted salary schedules as well as the disclosure under AB 1200.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Stowe. Any questions? Not. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, I need a motion and a second for the provisional internship permit for qualified applicants.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay. Dr. Liberati?
Thank you, Ms. Deutsch. Members of the board, very briefly, the Commission on Teacher Credentialing requires us to, any time we would like to offer a provisional internship permit to a certificated employee, to put it on as an action item. That's what it's here for. This is a temporary position for a permanent teacher at a middle school that's on leave. We did a diligent search and completed that search on June 23rd. Found no fully credentialed individuals. Evan came forward. The teacher that we would offer the provisional internship to is Evan Brown. He came forward as very qualified. He's a musician, a major in music, needs to complete the couple classes, which he'll do at the beginning of the semester, and take the subject exam. He'll have that completed by December, and subsequent to that, he'll be eligible for an internship agreement with us, and hopefully move forward in that direction. But we're requesting at this point the provisional internship for Mr. Evan Brown, who will become a music teacher or continue his music teaching at Hall Middle School in the fall.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, Dr. Liberati. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. Okay, motion carried. Thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the consent agenda. I need a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda as a whole, or are we going to be pulling?
Well, I'll make a motion for it as a whole, but I think Mrs. Reagan's will probably pull, what numbers, and we'll just pull everything else.
I have 1 and 14 and 2 and 17. So.
I have one question about administrative service consent, but nothing to pull.
Okay, so.
Make a motion to approve everything except for the 4 items that Mrs. Reagan's talked about.
What were those items? 14.2, the choice program. 17.2, about the fund. I think that's the fund balance changes, and then 17.14, the health benefit rates.
17.1?
14.
Okay, so that's I see 3. 14.2, 17.2, 17.14. Mr. Steffen?
I just have a general question about the change orders, which was like 17 point. I don't need to pull them 4 through. I don't need to pull them.
Okay,
Just a general question.
we get there. Okay, so Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Your motion.
Amend my motion accordingly.
Okay,
Let me ask my general question first, if you don't mind, because it will take a second.
Yes.
I've asked you this earlier. All these change orders are within the contingencies that we planned for when we develop the bonds.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're looking pretty good on that.
Well, and we're paying for them. As you can see, we set it up so we would pay for those actually.
Okay, thank
And the
you.
reason we're seeing these change orders is these are not lease back projects.
Correct. You are absolutely correct.
So
Repeat that, please?
I'm
I
sorry?
didn't hear you.
The reason we're seeing these change orders is these are no longer lease back
Right.
projects. Before, they had been built into the price of lease back, and I'd glare at Don Rondeau when he would have costs, but now these are things we have to eat, so.
Mr.
But,
Warren is correct.
We're still not seeing anything gigantic in percentage. I mean, the one for 7.48% is the biggest one so far. It's a shame that's happening, because I still believe it would have been cheaper the other way around.
I believe you're correct.
I believe you're correct, too.
Which is really sad.
But
Mr. Lee, did you have something to say?
Well, just, normally, some of these change orders would have been under administrative items, bond consent,
Right,
and they're up there,
right.
okay.
Because it's out of general.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Okay, motion carried. Shelley, did you understand how we're going to go do this?
I got the motion, but I didn't get
She just moved.
on the consent of the whole agenda except for the 3 items.
Correct. I
Oh,
believe Mr.
second.
Steffen
Yeah,
seconded.
doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Okay, thank you. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and go on to 14.2, which is approval to participate in the choice program at secondary schools for the 2016-2017 school year. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Yeah, second.
Okay, discussion. Mrs. Reagans?
Yeah, this is actually the program that the young lady spoke to us about at a previous meeting. It does focus on drug prevention and making healthy choices, and is funded by county mental health, or public health, not necessarily mental health money. But I just wanted to get some sense of who would be actually participating in the program, how the participants would be selected, and what the expectations are as results from the program.
Thank you, Mrs. Reagans. The Choice Program is a proactive program for our students, and so we identify students in advance that may need assistance who may have began to experiment with drugs, and so that's part one. It is a voluntary program, but it is also for students who are not involved in drugs and may not be experimenting with them, as they serve as mentors for the program as well. So at the end of the 10-week program, they actually work on a campaign, a drug awareness campaign, and so we have students involved throughout. And 2 months ago, when we had the Choices program here, Jennifer was here. She presented some of the work the students had done at the local middle schools this past year.
She did, and it actually looked really interesting. So, all of our schools can choose to have students participate?
At this time, we have 3 of our middle schools, and we are looking to expand to more of the schools as well.
Which 3 are the ones that will be participating?
Right now, it's Jefferson, Cali has it, and Casimir.
Okay. Okay. Seems like a really good program. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Okay, motion carried. Go ahead and move on to the next item, which is 17.2,
Yeah.
approval.
Yeah, it's just the budget revisions and the fund balance changes. I just wanted to get a sense of which funds were being altered and why we do this, actually, Dr. Stowe.
This is brought to the board here. These are changes since the June 20th budget proposal and then subsequent adoption on June 27th. When the, back in with the May revise, we had an estimate on what the one-time funds were going to be, and they ended up being a little bit lower by the tune of about $500,000, as well as the negotiated settlement with Local 99 that you just approved. And so those are the 2 revisions in the budget adoption at this point.
Thank you, Dr. Stowe. I need a motion and a second, please.
Move to approve.
Second?
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, motion carried, thank you. Okay, last item I have is approval of the health benefit rates for Torrance Unified School District employees for the 2016-2017 plan year. Was that you, Mrs. Reagan?
That was me.
Okay.
17.
17.14. Point 14, yeah, .14. So this has to do with our health benefit rates for the coming year. And I got some help and looked up the previous year's rates. You wouldn't know, but I always ask Dr. Stabler, I have always asked Dr. Stabler to help me with those comparisons, but figured it out myself this year. So each and every one of these do represent an increase in the rates, correct?
They do, but it's a smaller, because of we're self-insured, this does represent a smaller amount of increase than what a lot of other districts and industries are seeing in regard to health benefits.
Okay.
It's brutal out there in the health insurance world.
Well, and actually, these increases are pretty modest. I mean, it's from $15 to $50 for any of these. It's not
And we
a large
increased
jump in any of them.
And we
So
increased the stipend as well.
we did increase the stipend. And actually,
Certificate.
yeah, for those groups. And the dental and the vision did stay the same. Those were actually, the vision increased $1. So in fact, and life insurance stayed the same. So they were able to hold the line on a bunch of these and really not have huge increases. Some, but not very much, and I appreciate that. I know that has to do with the work of the committee and making sure that they meet their demands, but also the demands or the needs of the employees. So I appreciate that, and I just wanted to point that out. Okay, move to approve. I don't think I said that, sorry.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Reagan. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, motion carried, thank you. Next item is information, the board calendar, for information only, and then we move on to comments from members of the Board of Education. Report from Mrs. Terry Reagans regarding the Southern California Regional Occupational Center.
Yes,
Mrs. Reagans.
thank you. Actually, we have not had a meeting since we last met on this board, but I did want to report on a couple of things. I did tell you that they were working on their electrical panel, and they've gotten past the point of having no electricity on campus. So the generator has now left the campus, and they expect for the entire construction project to be done by August 10th. So one more week, and they'll be completely finished with that. Their fall semester does begin on September 12th. So they have some leeway to get things going in between now and then. We do have a board meeting in between. But also wanted to let you know that there is actually a sort of a major thing happening on campus on Friday, August 5th. The Torrance Chamber of Commerce will be moving into a large portion of one of the SoCal Rock buildings and leasing that floor space from the SoCal Rock and assisting actually with SoCal Rock's financial issues, as well as benefiting them to have a cost-effective place to be able to do their Chamber of Commerce things. They will have to deal with the parking lot being torn up for another few weeks through the construction. But that will be an exciting transition, I think. We'll see how that goes. And that's it. Oh, and I do have one anniversary increment, actually, for a certificated individual for the school district. There's one person who's celebrating 15 years of accredited service as of August 1st, and that's Neri Cuellar, custodian at North High. So thank you so much for working for us and our students for all that time.
Life service.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mrs. Reagans. Do we have any other comments from the board? No comments? No? Okay. if
Motion to
no-
adjourn.
Okay, motion to adjourn. Thank you, and good night, everyone. I think we broke the record.